welcome to Saturday. It is the 12th of December, and our 12th Bible reading of this month is found in Isaiah chapter 53, and we're going to read verses 1 to 6. This is day 12, so let me find number 12 in the Advent calendar. Here it is, and let's see what's behind the door today. So we have an A, and we have Luke chapter 2, verse 7. Which says, "She wrapped the baby with cloths and laid him in a manger." Today's Bible passage is called Born to Die. But before we think about why it's called that, let me ask you a question. I want you to imagine for a moment that you are a king or a queen. Imagine what that might be like, being a king or a queen. You'd have lots of wealth. You'd be really well known, you'd be famous, you'd have loads of people to do stuff for you, maybe have some butlers and things like that. You'd be really well respected, people would listen to what you had to say. It would be really cool being a king or a queen, wouldn't it? The last couple of days we've been thinking about God's promise that one day his king would come and they would rule and reign forever. And we've seen that king is Jesus. But Jesus, well, he's going to be a different kind of king than what we might expect. When you and I think about kings or queens, we think of palaces, beautiful jewels, lots of money, people who are served by others. But that's not the kind of king that Jesus was going to be. The Bible tells us Jesus didn't come to be served, but he came to serve us. In fact, the Bible tells us that Jesus left the joy and the perfection of heaven to come down into our messy world. And not only did he come, but he came to die. Now, you might think that's a bit strange. Why would Jesus come to die? But the thing is, Christmas tells us that is all part of God's rescue plan. When Adam and Eve in the garden listened to the serpent, when they disobeyed God, well, sin came into the world and it broke everything that once was good. And that includes all of us as well. Sin is an issue for every single person. And the only way that sin could be dealt with was for somebody who was perfect and without sin to do something about it. And that's why Jesus came. He is perfect, he is sinless, and by his death, well, he was going to defeat the power of sin and death forever. Christmas tells us that Jesus was born to die for us. Look at what it says in Hebrews 2, verse 14. "Since the children have flesh and blood, he too shared in their humanity, so that by his death he might break the power of him who holds the power of death, that is, the devil." Christmas reminds us that Jesus died to set us free.